Good morning, guys. So today is chicken processing day. Got the chicken plucker behind me. So we're gonna try this out. This is our first time using it. So I'm definitely excited for hopefully how much easier this will make this. All right. Thing's heavy. All right, so we're just gonna do a quick little setup that I have going on right now. We have the water heating up to roughly about 150 degrees for the scalding before we put them in the chicken plucker. We have our cones ready, made from 5-gallon buckets. We have the table ready to go, and with the PVC extensions. Learned that from Solar Land. It definitely brings it up to better height, which is nice. We have the buckets, of course we have the cooler. And then the chicken plucker. Alright, so what we do with this while it's filling up is we sanitize it with bleach, wipe it all down, rinse it out, sanitize it one more time, and now we're going to fill it up and put ice in it. Once we're done with that, I'll actually have probably 3 bags of ice, 16 pounders I'll be putting in. Then we should be good to go with that. Alright, so we're going to get the ice. So I went to the store last night and bought a bunch of ice. Some trout. Hopefully eat that for dinner soon. But we have some quiche, and then we have a bunch of chickens underneath. So that'll be the other project today, is freezer space. Alright, so next we're going to sanitize this with bleach. I like to overdo it on the bleach. That way I know it's clean. Get a nice layer, get all rubbed in. So this year, because we have 27 birds, we're going to have to do 2 coolers for the ice bath. And just because we have the chicken plucker too, I want to make sure that we're able to hopefully maintain the speed that I'm hoping that we can get when it comes to processing these guys versus normal. Alright guys, so we are done. 27 birds in roughly about 5 hours. That's even taking a lunch. So we have the hearts and livers and necks. And then we have the second cooler full. So we're probably at about capacity. We could probably fit 2 or 3 more birds in the coolers if we wanted to. But I'll tell you what, that chicken plucker was a game changer. So the chicken plucker was amazing. I tell you what, it cut the time down big time. The key to keep in mind is the scalding, because we were keeping about 150. If you go much more than that and you want to be basically able to just pull the feathers out, if you do it too long, it's going to beat the skin up and almost de-skin your chicken. So if you're having issues with it, like tearing the skin off, then you want to make sure that you are scalding it enough, but not too much. So like I said, 150 degrees, just enough to pull the feathers off the wings, and then you're good to go into the plucker. The plucker did take, I'd say probably 20 to 30 seconds per bird, just because we were trying to get the hang of it. Towards the end, we started getting the hang of what really to do and try to get it rotated and everything like that, and that's what really helped. The other thing is you want to make sure that you are rotating that bird. So the key thing is not to spray the bird directly, but you almost want to go in front of it to clear off the fingers that have the feathers on it, because if the fingers are clogged with feathers at all, then it's not going to allow new feathers to be pulled off of the bird and then cause tearing or stopping. Some of the other things that we kind of came across were, well, Alina had great luck with it. I didn't so much, but you have to take the feet off. At least I had to, because if I didn't and you didn't take the head off, it would get caught in the rotating plate down the bottom, and then it would stop it. And then if it stops, then the fingers keep rotating, and it basically just rips the skin. So those are a couple of things that we learned. We learned a couple other things as well, and I'll be going over those in just a little bit. So right now we have the water going, so we can start bagging the chickens. And this is a chicken plucker. Definitely not hard to clean. The whole drum comes right off. I have that drying in the garage right now because I sprayed that out separately. And this plate, I'll probably have to sit here and pull out these little feathers and stuff like that are stuck underneath the feathers or underneath the fingers. But other than that, it's really not too bad. And I can't complain. But I tell you what, this chicken plucker was a game changer. It was like having 8 people over here. And Alina and I are trying to balancing remote learning with the kids. So she, had to go in and help the kids and go through everything like that. And it honestly, with this chicken plucker, it made that not even noticeable, which was nice. I know she felt bad, but it is what it is. You got things to do and kids to take care of. So if they need help with school, then school comes first. We can always have a stopping point out here that we did, like we did for lunch and some of the computer learning. But overall, I tell you what, I'm not as tired as I usually am from this, so that's a good thing. And the weather right now is beautiful. 65 degrees right now. The sun wasn't too bad. We didn't even have to do the easy up. It was just a really nice day. But I tell you what, if you're going to invest in the chicken plucker, it's definitely worth it. I tell you what, even Alina was hooting and hollering over it, how much she loved it, how much easier it made things. Because normally she was plucking the chickens, and it cut that 10 times less than what the amount of time it usually takes. Alright guys, so we are all done. We are bagging these guys up. These are some of the smaller hens that we have. So we got 4 pounds 10 ounces, 5 pounds 10 ounces, 5 pounds. So right now we're just waiting for the water to warm back up, and then I'll have Alina show you guys how we bag these guys up.
Hi, so now we are going to bag up our birds. They've been sitting in ice for a couple of hours, just letting them dry off a bit. And this is where I do my quick quality control check, make sure that all of the unwanted innards are out, and if there are any stray feathers on the bird, I'll pull them out because we don't want to freeze it with any of that extra stuff in there. So these have been dried off. They'll go into a shrink bag. And I put them in like what would be head first. All the way down to the bottom. And at this point, I wouldn't worry about getting too much of the air out of the bag, just getting it twisted tight down to the rear end. The bags that we bought come with zip ties, so we're just going to make a little zip tie around here. Down as close to the bottom of the bird as possible. And then from here you just make a little incision between the breasts. For these bags, the water temperature should be between 180 and 200 degrees, and you only dunk them for 3 to 5 seconds. So I hold on to the long portion of my bag, and then I will just dunk them like 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And really, that's it. Go. Once we get that dried off, we throw it right on our little scale and get a weight on it. And then we'll go ahead and throw a sticker on it. And these stickers are actually really cool because they look like legit grocery store stickers. And we put the date as well, so that way we know when we process them, because we do several batches. The other thing too is once you're done, before you put it in the freezer, you want to make sure that you tighten this zip tie again, because it loosens. Well, I think once the plastic shrinks, you want to tighten it. And that's it.
All right, so we are getting to some of the other coolers. So now we're at 5 pounds, almost 9 ounces. And this one is 5 pounds, 14 ounces. And this one is 6 pounds, 2 ounces. So they're getting a little bit bigger now. You can start to tell that we're starting to get towards the roosters instead of the hens. All right, and this one is 6 pounds, 12 ounces. So this one's actually one of the smaller ones, so we're about 5 pounds, 3 ounces on this chicken. And this one is 6 pounds, 2 ounces. And this is our biggest one yet at 7 pounds, 4 ounces. This is going to be the biggest one of the group. We will have a tally for you once we get one more weight of it.
Hello everybody. So the majority of the processing is done. We still have about 8 birds that we're going to quarter tomorrow and stick in the freezer. But we had processed 27 birds today. The smallest was 4 pounds. The largest was 7 pounds, 4 ounces. Our grand total was 155 pounds of chicken that we processed today. So that's an average of 5 3/4 pounds a piece, which is quite a bit of chicken for our family for the next several months. Just wanted to share that with you. Hope you enjoy this video, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thanks for watching.